The SIU continues its investigation into a wrong-way crash on the 401 in Whitby. During a police pursuit, it left 4 people dead. In an update released today, the SIU says it has assigned 7 investigators, 2 forensic investigators, and a collision reconstructionist to the case. It says that the 2 designated subject officers have not submitted to an interview or provided their notes, as is their right. 19 witness officers are being interviewed, along with 36 civilian witnesses. The Special Investigations Unit has 100 videos that are being examined. An infant and his grandparents who were visiting from India, they died in the crash. This was April 29th. The driver of the suspect vehicle was also killed. A passenger remains in the hospital. Right now, CP24's crime analyst Steve Ryan joins us live in studio with more on this. Okay, Steve, I want to get your take on this. So the 2 designated subject officers, what they're not giving their account, they're not. How does this work out? What does this actually mean?
So the Charter of Rights protects everybody in this country. If you're being investigated for a criminal offense, you do not have to give evidence against yourself, and that applies to police officers as well. Remember, the SIU's mandate is to designate subject officers and then critique their actions to see if they committed a criminal offense. So they would have that same protection, being that they do not have to give information that may incriminate themselves. So the 2 subject officers have chosen not to speak to the SIU, and they've chosen not to hand their notes over to the SIU, contemporaneous notes over to the SIU right now. That is well within their right. I know it sounds kind of suspicious, but it's the law, and those officers are protected by the law.
How normal is that?
100% normal. The witness officers, there's 19 of them. They have to give statements. They have to provide their notes because their actions aren't being critiqued. They are the ones that are not facing the possibility of criminal charges. The subject officers could be, and this is why they're protected.
Okay, so Steve, 36 civilian witnesses, and then these 19 other officers, they're all coming together. 19. Is that a large amount? Because that's still in addition to the 2 designated subject officers, right?
Right.
So that's 21.
That's 21 officers, and I mean, I have to admit that I was surprised at the amount of officers that are involved in this. This came across as a robbery that just occurred, and I believe an off-duty officer was threatened. That might explain why 21 officers respond, but that's a lot of police officers responding to a robbery that's already occurred in a small town. So 21 is a lot.
So we have a large number of witnesses and then 100 videos. How long is this investigation going to take? Is there any more information, any other witnesses that we could learn about?
Well, the SIU put out in their statement that they're still looking for witnesses. There can never be enough witnesses in any investigation. So they'll go through those 100 videos. They'll speak with all the police witnesses, all the civilian witnesses, and at some point they'll make a determination. But they are critiquing the actions of these 2 officers to see if they, in fact, may have committed a criminal offense. So they got to be very thorough when they're conducting all of their investigations and gathering all this evidence.
What type of timeline are we looking at here?
Oh, it could take a while longer, and it might seem obvious on its face, but nothing ever is. And there may be underlying causes as well that cause those officers to go the wrong way in the 401. I can't think of one right now, but there might be one. So this could be more complicated than we are seeing on its face. But there was quite a detailed review put out by the SIU today with regards to what they've done so far.
And so, Steve, what's going on with these 2 officers while this is happening?
Well, I don't know. They could be assigned to desk duty, or they could be back out on the road because they haven't been accused of anything. They're being investigated for something that on its face looks unexplainable, but there may be a very good explanation for that. We'll have to wait until the investigation is finished.
Okay, CP24's crime analyst Steve Ryan.